You're disquiet tonight. You're disquiet. No, 1 minute, sir. With respect, you're disquiet tonight is over the fact. You're disquiet tonight is over the fact that 4 days back on the news hour, 4 days back on the news hour, when I said that you have.
What did I say?
4 days back on the news hour, Dr. Subramaniam Swamy, when you were on this program, you made certain observations about the possibility of Justice Ganguly being framed. And let me be clear, that this is one of the reasons we have this right on top this debate today. You said there's a possibility of Ganguly being framed.
Well,
the Supreme Court panel has since found prima facie a case against him. First of all, I request you to consider taking back your comments of 3 days back.
If you want a discussion, on whether Mr. Ganguly was being framed or not, you have a separate discussion. Today you called me for Farooq Abdullah.
But you made the same point.
I have a right to speak about what he said.
But you made the same point.
Now I did not make the same point. I only told you that the Supreme Court committee has not given an opinion yet, and we don't know what has happened. We do think there are certain circumstances which we have to investigate.
Sir, may I say this? May I say this, that my reporters inform me that the context of Farooq Abdullah's comment was when he was asked about what was happening in the case of the Supreme Court judge, the former Supreme Court judge. It was in that context which he said, I am afraid to talk about women. The situation has been reduced to this. He goes on to say, we are worried about hiring a secretary now.
I am not concerned about the fear of Mr. Farooq Abdullah about women. I am concerned about the implicit message that is going out, that if you do not comply, I think it's safer not to employ you. A lot of women have to go for employment because it is required for their living, it is required for their family upkeep. And now if they are going to be faced with a climate where it's dangerous to employ women, because you might be framed in it, then I think it's a very bad message.
What is worrying?
That doesn't mean that somebody cannot be framed.
What is
I
worrying?
know that some people can be framed.
We are again going on to the frame thing. We are going on to the frame thing. Again, it is your indirect attempt at fighting the case for Justice Ganguly, which, by the way, with respect, Subramaniam Swamy, your position has been proven wrong by the panel of the Honorable Supreme Court of India. So you may want to reconsider your position on that, but Kavita Krishnan,
you are no Daniel come to judgment. Let me tell you that.
Who's coming to judgment?
Daniel come to judgment. I have told you from beginning, you cannot hold Mr. Ganguly responsible on the basis of a single accusation.
Well, Mr. Ganguly has been held responsible not by me or by you, but Mr. Ganguly.
You are habituated to giving your opinion. You may be the most opinionated person in this country, but that doesn't excuse you.
Sir, I am saying, no, 1 second. First of all, the most opinionated person in the country is Farooq Abdullah. Farooq Abdullah, who has cast all men as hapless victims and victims of all women as scheming individuals who have accusatory ways to target innocent men. So I think the most opinionated person in the country today is Farooq Abdullah. Now Kavita Krishnan responding to you, and I'm going to go to the Samajwadi Party.
I think there is a competition. There is a competition between you and Farooq Abdullah on opinionated.
Kavita Krishnan, please. Yeah.
See, my point is that, of course, it's very easy for somebody from the BJP to respond to something Mr. Swamy
Well, you are a Naxalite, you are a Marxist-Leninist. Right. You can have opinions about BJP which are worthless. You give your opinion instead of telling what the BJP opinion is.
Listen to my opinion on the subject. You can badger me about my
don't talk about BJP because you are a Marxist-Leninist. You have no right to talk about BJP.
When it comes to sexist statements by the BJP has defended Mohan Bhagwat's statement that rapes happen to westernized women and not to Indianized women.
He did not say that.
No. He said exactly that.
This is typical Marxist-Leninist approach of twisting the truth.
What Mr. Swamy, if you would stop badgering me, you'd get. My point is that when he defends Asaram, the 16-year-old girl becomes part of a conspiracy. And there are big posters put up in various parts of the country.
Now you are widening the debate. You want a debate on Asaram, you have a separate debate.
That's exactly what I mean. When it comes to Farooq Abdullah, you have a different rule.
Marxists believe in free sex. What do you say about that?
Yes, I do believe in everybody's freedom to have sexual encounters with whoever they please. And I take objection to your remark about promiscuity.
If you believe in free sex.
That's your problem, that you don't see the problem between the difference between rape and freedom.
Marxist-Leninists believe in free sex.
We raised the slogan last year in last December of women's freedom to live their lives freely, to have relationships with who they please, to not have khap panchayats backed by the BJP.
Don't
tell women who they can marry and who not to marry. Well, the BJP joined hands with khap panchayats in Muzaffarnagar in order to talk about protecting women, the same khap panchayats which are killing women in order, who are having consensual relationships. So of course you don't realize
the tolerance level.
That consensual relations
I understand that.
Okay, open it up to debate, please. Let's get everyone into the debate. No, 1 second. Between Kavita Krishnan, between Kavita Krishnan, between Kavita Krishnan and between 1 second, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, between Kavita Krishnan and Subramaniam Swamy, others want to come in. Ranjana Kumari first. Ranjana Kumari, Mr. Bukkal Nawa, I'm coming to you. Ranjana Kumari, yes please.
I think, Anna, we have to understand that this is the male mindset in a patriarchal system. Giving it any political level is not going to help. We have to understand that this is how patriarchy responds to women. So it could be any color of patriarchy. I don't understand why we should give it any kind of color. This is what Farooq Abdullah thinks, that women can be planted. This is what Mr. Subramaniam Swamy thinks, that women can be used against men. They can be planted to behave the way they are behaving. So I think this is the mindset which is coming out from every corner. Mr. Swamy, why you agree and you condemn Mr. Farooq Abdullah, but you are saying that women are... No, you said that women can be used. Women can... Maybe women are the ones who are...
I didn't say all women are planted.
No, but you didn't say that.
Depending on convenience, political convenience.
You didn't say that.
You decide who's planted based on political
convenience. Well, of course, I have to go by investigation.
You don't go by investigation, you go by political
rule of law. In democracy,
that women are wrong.
You decide.
You start with the assumption that women are using.
That's interesting how you behave exactly like a troll who doesn't go by logic and reason.
Your logic I cannot go by.
Okay, let's get others into the debate. The question here is tonight.
No, Mr. Swamy.
The question here is tonight.
Mr. Swamy,
you
think women are using sexual harassment as a ploy? Or are blaming men?
I did not say women are using. Don't twist it.
They are not speaking out.
Oh, yeah, you did. Yeah, this is the usual.
And you are an Asaram defender of a rapist Asaram, and you try to talk about women's rights here. You are the fit companion for Mr. Abdullah. You're the fit companion for Mr. Abdullah.
The amount of rape that goes on with Marxists and Maoists in the jungles of India, you don't talk about those.
Now, 1 second, please.
Everybody
the question here is tonight. The question here is tonight. I don't understand. By the way, Mr. Swamy, I know, Dr. Swamy, about your strong ideological positions, but this is not a discussion on Marxist-Leninism. With respect, it is a discussion.
Exactly.
No. 1 second. 1 minute.
You widened it.
1 second.
You are on your opinionated approach to problems.
Thank you very much. I'd like to tell you, many people think that the CPIM is a Leninist party. 1 second. The question here is, we are not discussing Leninism or Marxism.
Conduct a debate here.
The question here is, allow me.
Let's go back to the issue.
So 1 second. Can I have a minute between all of you?
To the issue, please.
The question is this. Please allow me. Just can I have a ceasefire? 30 seconds.
Let's go back to the
issue. Question is this. Question is, there is a mindset. I said over the last 1 year, there are a lot of politicians, especially male politicians. Let's go to Bukkal Nawab, for example, a Samajwadi Party. Male politicians who are increasingly unhappy with what they see as the growing political awareness, political correctness in our society. What a lot of people, Mr. Bukkal Nawab, believe is the right thing to do. That for the first time, if a woman is aggrieved, if a woman has been raped, if a woman has been assaulted, then she will go out there and seek justice. Right? But Mr. Bukkal Nawab, people like from your party, Naresh Agarwal, Mulayam Singh Yadav, others, they routinely get away with the most sexist and unacceptable remarks. And when the media asks questions, you know what approach you have is, you basically tell the media, can you stop? Can you please shut up? Can you stop, report on something else? Why are you obsessed about reporting on women's issues? Am I right or wrong, Mr. Bukkal Nawab?
देखिए ऐसा है कि ये फारूक अब्दुल्ला के जो उनके मन में क्या चल रहा था, उनके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा था, ये तो हम नहीं बता सकते कि किस तरीके से उन्होंने ऐसी बात कही है हमारी महिलाओं के बारे में, स्त्रियों के बारे में जो कहा है वो तो हमारे सर के ऊपर से जा रहा है। लेकिन हम ये जानते हैं कि हमारा ये भारतवर्ष है और भारतवर्ष के अंदर जो हम स्त्रियों पुरुषों से ज्यादा स्त्रियों को महत्व देते हैं।
नहीं, आप हिस्ट्री के बारे में आप हिस्ट्री के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं। मैं सुनिए बुkkal नवाब जी, मैं हिस्ट्री के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहा, मैं आज के बारे में बात कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि नरेश अग्रवाल सेक्सिस्ट कमेंट करते हैं, मुलायम सिंह यादव बोलते हैं, मुलायम सिंह यादव कहते हैं कि if the women's reservation bill is passed, then only wives and daughters of officers and businessmen will get elected. And he says they are the kind of women who get whistled at. जिन औरतों पे सीटी मारी जाती है. नहीं, you tell me. You tell me today. When Mulayam Singh Yadav says that the women who get whistled at, जिन पे सीटी मारी जाती है, वो सिलेक्ट होंगे पार्लियामेंट में, ये एक्सपेक्टेशन है एक व्यक्ति से जो प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं इस देश के. और जब मीडिया क्वेश्चन पूछता है तो मुलायम सिंह यादव, फारूक अब्दुल्ला, शरद यादव सब कहते हैं बहुत हो गया, बंद कीजिए मीडिया को. सच्चाई क्या है? सच्चाई है कि आप अनकंफर्टेबल हैं. आज ये जो नया डिस्कशन हो रहा है इसके साथ आप बहुत अनकंफर्टेबल हैं.
अरे हम बिल्कुल प्रिपेयर हैं, हमें बिल्कुल तैयार हैं, हमें किसी तरह की कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. हमारे हम जो है यहाँ के ऊपर जो भी वो कह रहे हैं, हमारे माननीय राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष जी कह रहे हैं, मुलायम सिंह यादव कह रहे हैं, तो वो मतलब कुछ सोच समझ के कह रहे हैं, दूरदृष्टि है उनकी.
ओके मिस्टर बुक्कल नवाब, नो आई डोंट एक्सेप्ट व्हाट यू आर सेइंग. No, I don't accept what you are saying, Mr. Bukkal Nawab. Kiran Bedi is joining the debate. Kiran Bedi, good evening. What do you make of what Farooq Abdullah said? Many hands going up right now. Kiran Bedi, what do you make of what Farooq Abdullah said?
Well, I'm quite aware that he's regretted it already. But before that, I would say such statements by men are made those who feel insecure themselves. When they're not sure of themselves, they feel threatened. I think they feel insecure. I think this is a feeling which many men are now suffering from because they're not sure of themselves. Earlier, they took a lot of women for granted. Now they know they cannot take them for granted, and now they could be under a watch, under a searchlight. So I think such a statement can be made only by those people who feel insecure and not sure of themselves.
Yeah, the insecurity. Exactly. That's the basic point. Subramaniam Swamy, insecurity. Are men getting insecure? This comment.
I told you.
Yes.
I told you that the sinister part of Farooq Abdullah's humor is the message that he wants to put out, or it is maybe unwittingly out, but it is out, that if you want to get a job as a woman, you must learn not to make these charges. That's the worst part of what his humor is. This is not an issue on which there can be humor, nor there can be twisting of what somebody said, which you are in a habit of doing.
Well, why don't you speak?
I also think it's not only fear here. It is what we are hearing in what Mr. Abdullah is saying shouldn't be mistaken as fear. I think it's a sense of entitlement, and it's an assertion of entitlement. It's an assertion by powerful men who are saying, we can control, we will do our best to control how women, on what terms women get to enter the job market and the world in general.
So it's basically,
and I think that this is not just about workplaces.
So it's basically, Rahul Ishwar, you realize what's happening. It's basically an attempt to say
men are suffering in the society. All the laws are totally against men. Please understand, there is no law in favor of men. Men have nowhere to go. The suicide rates are going up. 66,000 married men are committing suicide. Why nobody talked about? Why media is not making a big story on the married men suicide?
How many men are being burnt for dowry, by the way? How many men are being burnt for dowry?
The numbers.
How many men are being burnt for dowry?
What are the understand a huge majority of dowry cases are false cases. Our judiciary, our media narrative heavily biased towards women. It is okay to be pro-woman, but don't be anti-man.
Why married men are committing suicide? Where is the debate on that? Just because somebody made a statement on women, so much discussion is going on.
And please understand, almost thrice the percentage of women who are committing suicide in marriage, men are committing suicide. Nobody is talking about such issues. So let us be pro-woman. That doesn't mean you have to be anti-man.
No, elaborate on that. One second, since you are claiming to speak on behalf,
it is going to
Mohandas
be very difficult.
Mohandas Pai, let's 1 second, please, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Arnabji, this is a very serious point.
Kiran Bedi, Mohandas Pai, and 1 second, please. Kiran Bedi, Mohandas Pai, and Rahul Ishwar, have my attention, please. Tonight, 1 minute. Rahul Ishwar has taken the responsibility of speaking for all Indian men. who he claims are harassed, who he claims are victims, greater victims of sexual harassment and violence than women, if not in equal measure. That's the basic crux of his argument. One second, Mohandas.
I think he's
Mohandas, yeah.
Yeah, Arnab, I don't think he's speaking with facts, he's speaking with some conjecture. I think women are very oppressed in this country. Women are being burned for dowry. Women are being harassed in the workplaces. Women are being raped and there's no justice. And we have a society with a patriarchal mind. Let us accept it, let us change and give woman a due. Woman is an equal human being. She's got all the rights guaranteed in the Constitution and we cannot take it away. We have to give them, their rights are there. It's not that we are giving the rights, rights exist. Just as we are born, we get our rights. I think it's totally wrong, and he's making a very absurd statement.
No, first of all, let's begin by talking about our deep patriarchy and our chauvinism, because people like Rahul Ishwar, who claim to speak for a younger India, have got their facts completely wrong. You claim to be associated with a religious organization. You should know, Rahul Ishwar, that when a man becomes a widower in our society, he is not sent to Kashi.